I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you may be seated. Thank you. Listen, good morning, everyone. I'm Gina Swanson. I don't know if you watch Channel 6, but I anchor the news at WDSU. And I would like to, thank you. Appreciate that. I would like to welcome you to the 51st Annual Bayou Classic presented by Procter & Gamble. Our Bayou Classic, this is our welcome kickoff press conference. So before we get started, I would like to thank the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office Color Guard for the presentation of colors. And also, yes, sure. And also, this is just an overall exciting day. We once again return to the Caesars Superdome to kick off this week of exciting, family-friendly events and celebrations, recognizing the history, pride, and traditions that surround historically black colleges and universities nationwide, and in particular, the traditions of two of Louisiana's most esteemed HBCUs, Grambling State University and Southern University. So much energy. Overwhelmed even being up here on stage today as we kick off our festivities that culminate with a battle on the gridiron on Saturday for one of America's greatest college sports rivalries, that of Grambling, the Grambling State Tigers and the Southern Jaguars. I have to tell y'all something. When I was maybe about 13 years old, I went to my first Bayou Classic, right? I was, I guess, in 8th grade. My best friend Joy Seals and her mom, they're from Baton Rouge. And so we planned our outfits. We're going to wear this to the battle bands. We're going to wear this to the game. That was my first college football experience. And it's such a fond memory because I was like, man, this is pretty cool. I thought I was out at night, going to the battle bands, watching the step show. I felt like I had arrived. 10 years later, my first job at KNOE, I got a chance to cover Grambling at my first big assignment working at KNOE, my first time being on the sidelines covering a big event. And so now, more than 10 years later, here I am, center stage, doing the kickoff press conference. It's such a full circle moment. So I'm excited on a lot of levels just to being up here today. Okay, where are Jaguar fans? What are Jaguar fans? Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, what are Grambling fans? All right, listen, y'all. One of the best rivalries in college football, and the traditions run deep. Before we go any further in our program, we have to acknowledge, our United States Congressman Troy Carter, who is here, and he's going to give us a few words. You know, I grew up in Algiers, so we know our Algiers people. We know each other, right? Okay, we stick together. Congressman Carter.
Say that again. Algiers in the house. Welcome, everyone. What a beautiful day and a beautifully renovated Superdome for an outstanding reason to be here. While we are here to celebrate the 51st anniversary of the Bayou Classic, two dynamic powerhouses on the football field, but also two dynamic powerhouses in the classroom. Academic strength and athletic strength. We need to clap for that. While we celebrate the prowess on the football field, we know that under the leadership of these two incredible presidents, we have two incredible universities that's known for producing some of the most academically sound individuals that go off into our community. And let us not forget, while we celebrate this annual classic of football, to have a fantastic time in this beautiful city led by our beautiful mayor, LaToya Cantrell. Let me thank her and thank the governor. I don't think he's here, but certainly want to give him thanks in his absence, but certainly thank our illustrious mayor for leading the city and being here once again for this momentous occasion to kick off the 51st Bayou Classic. To Chancellor John Pierre, Southern University A&M College System, to President Dennis Shields, President Martin Lamel, and I see our UL President, my dear frat brother and friend Rick Gallo in the audience. Give him a round of applause as well. And so many others for leading the charge for this big game. Today is a historic occasion, the 51st anniversary of the Bayou Classic. It's not just a game, it's a tradition, a celebration of resilience, rivalry, and an unyielding determination of two extraordinary institutions, Grambling State University and Southern University. As we celebrate the centennial anniversary of the Bayou Classic, let's reflect on the rich history of this event. For more than 8 decades, the Tigers and Jaguars have defined excellence in HBCU football, accumulating 45 SWAC championships, fostering 7 NFL Hall of Famers, and etching their names into sports history. This annual clash transcends the field. It's a weekend of spectacular fun. It draws 250,000 visitors to our vibrant city and millions of dollars in economic impact to be spent in Louisiana, in New Orleans, and in the surrounding areas. We say thank you. This game goes beyond the realms of sports and entertainment. It serves as a beacon for HBCUs, showcasing their invaluable contributions to higher education and fostering a sense of pride among students, alumni, and the community at large. The Bayou Classic stands as a powerful symbol of excellence and resilience inherent in these institutions, showcasing their capacity to produce not only outstanding athletes, but outstanding scholars, leaders, and trailblazers. As a proud graduate of Xavier University, I know the profound impact that HBCUs have on our community. As we celebrate the 51st iteration of this iconic event, we also celebrate the enduring legacy of HBCUs in shaping the minds and breaking barriers. The Bayou Classic reaffirms the pivotal role HBCUs play in the educational landscape and underscores the continued importance of supporting and championing these institutions for generations to come. Let's recognize this moment. Let's celebrate this moment. Let's recommit ourselves to this moment of academic excellence, of athletic excellence. And while our teams will put their helmets on and they will fight to the dickens to win, but when it's over, there'll be no loser. There'll be no loser, because the Bayou Classic stands as a beacon of love, academic and athletic excellence, rivaled second to none. God bless you all for being here.
Thank you, Congressman Carter. He is right. It is so much bigger than a football game. That is the main event. That's what everybody sees on television. But there's so many moving parts all around the Bayou Classic. And here to talk to us more just about what it means to the city of New Orleans, we're thrilled to extend our world-class hospitality to the fans, alumni, friends, and families who travel from all over the country for this Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Join me in welcoming our mayor, LaToya Cantrell.
Thank you. Well, good morning and happy Thanksgiving. You know, this is our time as we kick off the Thanksgiving, not only holiday, but the Bayou Classic weekend in only the city of New Orleans. You know, thank you, Congressman, so much. Dr. Lamel, thank you so much. Chancellor John Pierre, President Shields, and all of our sponsors here, all of our elected officials who are here, all of you, thank you so much. You know, I was once told that, no amount of regret can change the past. No amount of anxiety can change the future. But any amount of gratitude, any amount of gratitude can change the present. So I don't know about you. I am so grateful for the city of New Orleans once again, not only hosting the 51st Bayou Classic, but continuing to show up as a world-class city so that all of us can be proud. And of course, the state of Louisiana as well. We are stronger together. I'm also grateful to not only, we talk about Grambling and Southern, absolutely for our Bayou Classic, but to our entire HBCU family, we are united. And let me say this, as a product of an HBCU here at Xavier University that brought me to the city of New Orleans next year, 35 years ago. But to the HBCU family and our ancestors that we stand on, that made sure that education was our priority so that we can go on collectively truly being examples of what resilience looks like, what perseverance looks like and feels like, and just getting our cups filled so that we can keep on doing the work, because we're not here alone. I don't know about you. So from that HBCU experience, it not only just reconfirms to you who you are and whose you are, it gives you a legacy of friends and allies that some of you know and some of you do not see. But in that midst of it all, those are your folks that keep you grounded, keep you focused on, again, reaching goals that not only, it's not about you, it's about all the people you bring with you who look up to you and who have to also stand on our shoulders. That's what generational excellence looks like. That's what perseverance and resiliency, what it feels like. So the city of New Orleans is the right city, again, to host this annual classic because it's rooted in tradition of excellence. So on behalf of the city of New Orleans, we say welcome. We know the economic impact runs deep. We say thank you, and we're grateful to all of our partners who make this happen: Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola, the City of New Orleans, the New Orleans Tourism and Cultural Fund, New Orleans and Company. Really, the list goes on. And thank you, Dottie, for making that list go even deeper than it's ever been. Let's give it up for Dottie and Noki. But listen, have a happy Thanksgiving. And let's really, really come together, understanding who we are, and we are stronger together. I look forward to the Bayou Classic, to the game. As the congressman said, we know that it can only be one winner of the game. But as our people come and fill this dome, they walking in as winners, and we're all walking out as. So thank you so much.
Our Mayor, LaToya Cantrell, reminding us all just about the spirit of gratitude and how many people benefit from the legacy of this historic football game and, you know, just all the moving parts surrounding the Bayou Classic. Thank you, Mayor Cantrell. You know, we couldn't go further without acknowledging some of our other public officials who are here at this time. I would just like to take a moment to acknowledge we have our Sheriff, Susan Hudson, who is here. We have our Council President, Helena Moreno, here. We have State Representative Kyle Green in the building. Where's Kyle? Okay. State Rep Delisha Boyd also in the building. Any other elected officials I missed in the building? Also here, we have Rick Gallo, UL System President. Want to give him a special shout out. I remember when he was in the State House. I don't know if I'm dating myself, but when I worked at KNOE, he was a state lawmaker at that time. Thank you all for being here. And supporting HBCUs and the Bayou Classic. You know, we have to say a special thank you to the New Orleans City Council, who not only joins us here today, but we're also leaders in the development of the University Scholarship Fund. This is an initiative to support students applying to both Grambling State and Southern University. We have to give that a round of applause. More opportunity for higher learning for our young people. Year after year, the city of New Orleans welcomes fans of the Bayou Classic with arms wide open. That's just how we do it here in the city. Without the support of our hospitality industry, this would not be possible. Please welcome Kevin Ferguson with New Orleans & Company to extend welcome to Bayou Classic fans on behalf of the more than 80,000 New Orleanians who work to provide visitors with the utmost hospitality every day. Also from Algiers.
Let's go. Thank you, Gina. Good morning, everyone. Before I get started on my official remarks, just know personally it means so much for me to be up here to be a part of this. I didn't go to either of these schools. The 51st. This is an event that is so much more than just a football game, as Congressman Carter said. This is really a cornerstone event for our city. At New Orleans & Company, our mission is to inspire, promote, and encourage travel to our city for the economic, social, and community benefit of New Orleans and its people. And as excited as we are this year, and we're rightfully celebrating the success of Taylor Swift and the coming Super Bowl, know that those things aren't possible without the expertise and the aptitude that we show by executing events like the Bayou Classic, Essence, Sugar Bowl every single year. For nearly 5 decades, the Bayou Classic has been a real fulfillment of that mission at New Orleans & Company. The Classic has brought together alumni, students, family, and fans of Grambling State University and Southern University from around the country every year to celebrate excellence, tradition, and community. It's a time when the streets of our city come alive with energy, music, and pride, showcasing the best of HBCU culture and the incredible spirit of our city and our state. From a tourism perspective, the economic part is crucially important. Bayou Classic is a phenomenal driver of tourism for us in this city. It attracts tens of thousands of fans and visitors every year, fills our hotel rooms and our restaurants and businesses, and generates millions of dollars of economic impact for our city. And I'll be candid, as much as all of our businesses benefit from this, our black-owned businesses especially look forward to things like Bayou Classic, Essence on the calendar. It's a time that they can count on and rely on that business. And I really encourage folks, particularly if you're downtown, frequent those businesses. There's a number of them now. It's a growing list downtown especially. I was at the opening of Willie Mae's NOLA the other week. We've got Headquarters by Nice Guys. We, of course, got Back in Town Coffee Parlor, Chapter 4, and many more. Moro Steakhouse. Thank you, Mayor. So please take that time to get out and support those businesses. The game, the parade, the fan fest, the fame battle of the bands create unforgettable moments for both our visitors and our locals alike, demonstrating why New Orleans is the perfect city for major events and truly built to host. While the economics are critical, what's really important also is that social and community impact. Beyond the dollars and the stats, Bayou Classic is a vital part of who we are as a city. Like Essence, Mardi Gras, Jazz Fest, every year the Bayou Classic reflects our shared commitment to culture, heritage, and community. It's a celebration of resilience, unity, and the boundless talent that has made New Orleans a cultural capital of the world. We are grateful to the organizers, the schools, the sponsors, the city, of course the mayor, and everyone else who makes this event possible. The Bayou Classic isn't just an annual tradition, it is a legacy entering its 51st year. It's a reflection of what makes New Orleans a special place, and we are honored to host and amplify this event year after year. Thank you again, and we can't wait to celebrate with all you this weekend for another unforgettable Bayou Classic. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. And also thank you to New Orleans and Company for their ongoing support and partnership with the Bayou Classic. He talked about legacy. What a rich legacy this is. And this year it was announced that both Grambling University Foundation and the Southern University System Foundation extended their long-term partnership with Procter & Gamble, with the Procter & Gamble Company to continue as the official presenting sponsor of the 51st Annual Bayou Classic. Joining us today, that's a round of applause certainly, joining us today, Lynette Augustine representing Procter & Gamble.
Happy Bayou Classic Monday, everyone. Procter & Gamble is honored to serve as your presenting sponsor for the 51st Bayou Classic. Today, we celebrate the Bayou Classic football games between two powerhouses. The 2024 Bayou Classic will provide a $50 million plus economic impact to the city of New Orleans. We also celebrate our future African American leaders that are getting groomed on the football field, as well as 20,000 students that are enrolled at Grambling and Southern University. Procter & Gamble has sponsored the Bayou Classic for 8 years. We are proud to be the presenting sponsor for the last 4 years. Again, the Bayou Classic is a celebration of family, love, community. I am grateful for all of my family here. I'm also grateful for my dad, who's here today as well. Procter & Gamble is celebrating our community for your continued support. We are providing everyone with our traditional HBCU bags, so please enjoy. We're also providing product samples to Fan Fest, Key Hotels, and also to the parade. In closing, we would like to thank Southern University, Grambling State University, President Shields, President Lamar, Rick Gallo, Susie, Dottie, Lieutenant Governor, our beautiful mayor, our coaches, our leaders, who have all enabled a successful Bayou Classic weekend. Procter & Gamble truly appreciate the support that we receive from our fans. Thank you for purchasing our products. When you shop, good luck on game day to Southern and Grambling. Thank you.
And thank you, Lynette, for your ongoing and continued support of Bayou Classic and for joining us today. So many sponsors make this event possible. We couldn't go further without mentioning all the people who and organizations who made the 51st Annual Bayou Classic possible. We certainly are grateful. We specifically would like to thank our additional platinum sponsors who may be with us today. Entergy as the official post-game sponsor of the Bayou Classic. Special thanks to Entergy Group Vice President and Corporate Communications Robert Hatley. Are you here with us, Mr. Hatley? Wait, thank you so much. The post-game sponsor. That sounds like an after party. Right. All right, Wells Fargo, also the official banking sponsor of the Bayou Classic. Coca-Cola, who is the presenting sponsor of the exciting Bayou Classic halftime show. And thank you to Morial Lee for joining us today and the entire United Coca-Cola family for their support. Are you here? Oh, yes. One of the new sponsors to Bayou Classic and the presenting sponsor of the Bayou Classic Greek show, Sprite. And General Motors, the official automobile company of the Bayou Classic. All right, you can also see a list of all of our other amazing sponsors on the boards at the entrance of the dome and on the side of the stage. If any other Bayou Classic sponsors have joined us today, please stand to be acknowledged. All right, round of applause for all of our sponsors. Thank you. I'm going to tell y'all what. When I was coming in here today, because see, I'll never come in the ground level. I tip, when I have tickets, I'm up there somewhere. And so when I was at the first Saints home game, I was like, wow, this is nice. All the upgrades, nice, looking good. But then when I walked down here, I was like, oh, I was like, look at the floor, suites, and all of the upgrades. This is a beautiful, beautiful venue. I mean, and our host, the host of the Bayou Classic annually, the remarkable Caesar Superdome. Please help me in welcoming General Manager of ASM New Orleans, Caesar Superdome, and the Smoothie King Center, Mr. Evan Holmes.
All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to I'm glad I can finally say this, the fully completed, renovated Caesar Superdome. It only took us 5 years, but appreciate y'all hanging in there with us. So, you know, I was looking back, you know, last year was the 50th year of the Bayou Classic, and I think this is the 48th year in the Dome. So 2 years from now, I guess will be the 50th year the Bayou Classic will be in the Superdome. But I was talking to our ticketing guy earlier and asking him just how tickets were looking. It seems like no matter what year it is or how the teams are playing, we're always selling basically out the building completely. And I think it's a testament to the weekend, to the activities, and to all the excitement that comes starting with this press conference today. So I wanted to thank everybody for being here and tell you how much we appreciate having y'all here. Did want to give a shout out to Dottie and her team. It was mentioned earlier, but let me tell you something. We do 450 some odd events a year, and I will tell you that there's no finer group that we work with than Noki with leadership by Dottie and her team. Yes, we'll stop there. Dottie's team is such an advocate for everything you all do, and when the phone rings, it's never a problem. How do we, you know, what can you do to help us? It's how can we solve it together, and I think this event is a testament to that. So just wanted to give her a second and share my personal appreciation. So renovation quickly, $555 million. It doesn't seem like that's even real money when you think about it, but this thing started in 2020, and we're finally done right now. So no more pardon our progress signs, no more partial concourses. This thing is fully loaded, ready to go, and I think everyone will be excited to see it. Not only that, but we're doing right now in the middle of a big communication upgrade, so hopefully your uploads to your socials will go up really quickly. We learned that with Taylor Swift, that we were able to move a lot of data, so I think you all appreciate that as well. You know, these projects aren't done just for the benefit of, say, an NFL team. These projects are done really to reinforce what this building is. And this building is a football stadium, yes, but this building is really an economic generator. And we're here for heads and beds. We're here for people coming in from out of town, spending money in the community, and paying taxes on all of it. And so the investment in this facility wasn't something that was paid for by the locals. This wasn't a sales tax. This wasn't some additional payment that the locals have to pay. These dollars are generated either from events like this or from hotel occupancy tax. And so when we bring people in from out of town, be it the Bayou Classic, be it the Super Bowl coming up here in February or other events we have, it's really a user tax by folks that get to use this building. And the folks that live in town get the benefit of all the spin-off spending, so to speak, that comes out of a building like this. So it's something we're really proud of, and there's a reason we invested here in this facility rather than what other communities are doing, where they're knocking down their building after 20 years and trying to build a new one and spending billions upon billions of dollars. So the fact that we're sitting in a building that's going to be 50 years old next year is pretty impressive, especially for those that are from other communities and they see what we have here. So couldn't do that without the support of the Louisiana Stadium and Exposition District, the LSCD. That's the state stadium authority. One of our former members, Henry Baptiste, is standing in the back there trying to hide. Mr. Henry was here through all of it and was able to see this thing go from a concept on a piece of paper to what you see here today. So I wanted to thank the LSCD and especially Henry, a good friend. I know we'll talk about the schedule here later, but it's a very busy schedule. I know the football game is the highlight, but starting as early as Thursday, right out front, we'll have the lining up of the parade. Thursday, I think, at 3 o'clock, and then the Battle of the Bands with the Greek show. I think that's at 6 o'clock on Friday, and then, of course, the big game at 1 o'clock on Saturday. So we're looking forward to it. We'll have about 3,500 people here supporting the event, whether cooking the food in the morning as early as 2 o'clock or greeting you at the door. So we're all super excited to have everybody here. It's always circled on our calendar as well. It's a great event for us and our staff. So welcome to the Superdome. Enjoy the weekend and look forward to having you over here. Thank you.
We've heard all our officials, our mayor and congressman, everybody talk about how important the Bayou Classic is to us here in New Orleans. Now to the reason that we all are gathered here today, the institutions of higher education which motivate us to join together in unity year after year. I'd like to welcome Grambling State University President Dr. Martin Lamel Jr.
Good morning, New Orleans. You know, Gina, I was reflecting too on the power of Bayou Classic and the power of an HBCU. And for me, it was just 20 years ago when I served as student body president at Grambling State University. And to come full circle for the 51st annual Bayou Classic and be the 11th president, that's the power of an HBCU. The Bayou Classic represents pride, tradition, and the transformative power of HBCUs. Thank you to our elected officials, Congressman Carter, our wonderful mayor, LaToya Cantrell, and all who serve this great state of Louisiana and our nation. Thank you to our sponsors for your continued investment in Bayou Classic. At Grambling State University, we are proud to lead the way in innovation and excellence. As the first and only HBCU with the state-of-the-art digital library and learning commons, we continue to chart a bold path towards innovation, serving over 5,000 students who are prepared to impact the world. Our traditions are legendary, from the exciting performances of the world-famed Tiger Marching Band, who will do a dance party with Beyonce, to our storied football program that has shaped the history of this game. I'm continually proud of the work of our students and our team. Mr. Logan, our coordinator, Dr. Scott, VP for Intercollegiate Athletics, our head coach, Coach Mickey Joseph, Dr. Roebuck, and yes, our fearless leader, President of the University of Louisiana System, Rick Gallo. We get it done. HBCUs like Grambling State and Southern University play a vital role, not only in shaping futures, but as many have said, fueling the economy of Louisiana. A recent report from the United Negro College Fund revealed that HBCUs in Louisiana collectively generate $1.1 billion with a B in economic impact annually. You see, for every dollar invested in HBCUs, $1.42 is returned to our local and regional economies. This, friends, is the power of an HBCU education, unlocking potential, creating opportunities, and driving prosperity. To our colleagues at Southern University, President Shields, Chancellor Pierre, Coach Graves, Mr. Banks, Mr. Taylor, I salute the competitive spirit and shared mission we uphold. The Bayou Classic is about more than football. It's about tradition, legacy, and the profound impact of education on our communities. As we look ahead to another unforgettable showdown in the beautiful city of New Orleans, let's honor the past, celebrate the present, and inspire the future. Together, we are champions for our institutions and for the limitless potential of our students. Go Tigers.
Thank you, President Lamel. Also joining us from Southern University, we have Chancellor John K. Pierre.
Good morning. What an honor for me to be here today with Mayor Cantrell and all the leadership of the city of New Orleans. You may not know this, but in New Orleans' darkest hours, after Hurricane Katrina, Mayor Cantrell was leading people back to New Orleans. I remember those days because I was involved in a lawsuit that made sure that people came back to New Orleans. So I always honor you for your work and your diligence in the city of New Orleans. To my colleagues at Grambling State University, I thank Grambling State University all the time because my oldest sister graduated from Grambling State University, and she opened up the world of education to me in a way that could not happen. And to my great colleagues from Southern University and A&M College, where I'm a graduate, the class of 1980, I'm so proud to be here representing the great Jaguar Nation. You see, when you think about the Bayou Classic is a result of visionaries, and so are the great institutions. PBS Pinchback was a visionary that helped create Southern University. Black farmers in North Louisiana were visionaries in helped creating Grambling College and Grambling State University. And when we think about the leadership and the connectivity between Southern University and A&M College and Grambling State University, we cannot forget the great ones who have all worked together over the years to make sure that these two great institutions will become beacons of hope for so many individuals who were marginalized and taken for granted. But they turned them into great leaders today that transform America each and every day. Thank God for Southern University and A&M College and Grambling State University. When I think about the history of Grambling, I always tell people that one of the greatest periods in Grambling State University's history was because of a man by the name of Ralph Waldo Emerson Jones, a 1925 graduate of Southern University and A&M College. You see, we're all connected. We're all connected at the hip. And there's a question that no one has solved yet, but I'm going to reveal so you'll know the answer. In the first professional regular season football game of O.J. Simpson in Buffalo, there was a starting quarterback by the name of James Harris, Grambling. There was a quarterback who later became coach of Southern University and A&M College. His name is Pete Richardson. I want him to stand because he is an integral part of the Bayou Classic. And Coach Richardson, I let out the secret, okay, but no one has ever solved it when I just asked the question. They've never solved it, so now everybody can solve that question. But I want to say to you today that we are so honored to be here because we have great leadership. Coach Graves, the athletic director, Mr. Harrell, and our president who will come, are all leaders who all know one thing, that in order for us to transform America, we have to make sure that Grambling State University and Southern University and A&M College continue to be the places where individuals can seek opportunity, find opportunity, and search for greatness. So with this, I will say to you, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so proud to be Chancellor of Southern University and A&M College. Go Jaguars!
Thank you, Chancellor Pierre. Just want to take a moment to acknowledge our police chief walking and Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick. Give us a wave. Thank you for joining us today. Also, from Southern University, we have President Dennis J. Shields.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. It's a great day to be in New Orleans, to be in the Superdome, and to be preparing for a week of activities that are inspiring and exciting. Let me offer my greetings on behalf of the Southern University system, the only HBCU system in the world. Home of the 2024 SWAC West football champions. It's a fact. They'd written some smart remark for me to say about that beyond that, but I'll skip that. This 51st Classic is another exciting edition of one of our most cherished events amongst our historically black colleges and universities. It is great to be with you all again as we celebrate and showcase our students, programs, and supporters on this national platform. I'm a big believer in the notion that you always have to know your why. And for me, and I think HBCUs, is the why is the students. Each and every one of us can recognize the transformative opportunity that attending a Grambling State University or a Southern University has had on thousands and thousands of lives. And that's the why, which brings me to thanking our sponsors, because our sponsors and the folks that attend this game and pay to attend this game is changing the lives of students. At the end of the day, the why we do this is, of course, for the celebration, but to aid students in our institutions in supporting our very important missions. So let me thank our sponsor, our title sponsor, Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola, Entergy, and the others who have stepped forward to support this very important program. Let me also acknowledge my colleague, President Lamel. A few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to participate in his installation, and I have to admit it's my first time ever being on the Grambling campus, and it was inspiring. It is also important and that I acknowledge that the success of any program, of any institution, is helped by the leader, but also by thousands of others represented by Chancellor Pierre, Kedrick, our football coach. Those are the people who day in and day out show up to support our students and our programming and help us execute on this very important mission. In closing, let me just say that while we may disagree with what happens on the field on Saturday, we will be together when it's over, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you for a few moments today. But I got to close with, go Jags!
Thank you, President Shields. A new tradition happening during the Bayou Classic, something pretty spectacular. We have the singing of the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Returning this year, Blair Dotton Haley, raise your hand. He will be singing our Black National Anthem, and also in conjunction with Ernest Bowman and Southern University's Gospel Choir. All right? Certainly a great addition to the game and the event. We couldn't celebrate Bayou Classic without recognizing our bands from both the universities. I mean, talk about don't go nowhere for halftime. And I remember my first Bayou Classic when I was 13. I was like, I thought people got, snacks and stuff during halftime. Like, no, we sitting right here. Integral to the tradition of the Bayou Classic. We are happy to have both band directors here with us today to celebrate Bayou Classic. Let me welcome the band director of Grambling State University's world-famous Tiger Marching Band, Dr. Nicole Roebuck.
Good morning. I'm going to try that again. Good morning. Try it one more time. Good morning, esteemed guests and colleagues. I bring you warm and heartfelt greetings from the Grambling State University. I am Dr. Nicole Roebuck, and I'm delighted to be with all of you this morning to continue to celebrate the legacy of tradition in the form of the 51st Annual Bayou Classic. As the Director of Bands for Grambling State University, it is indeed an honor to represent our illustrious band, the Grambling State University world-famed Tiger Marching Band. This morning, I greet and acknowledge our prolific platform guests, the new president of my alma mater, Grambling State University, Dr. Martin LaMelle Jr., the Chancellor of Southern University, John Pierre, President John Shields, our Assistant President, Rick Gallo, the extraordinary political guests that include members of the U.S. House of Representatives, Louisiana Lieutenant Governor, the Mayor of New Orleans, and other esteemed political officials, as well as corporate leaders. It is certainly a privilege and honor to witness yet another Bayou Classic that has a legacy of attendees that include corporate agents, entertainment moguls, political leaders, a diverse contingency of alums from both institutions, international artists, social justice practitioners, thought leaders, and domestic and global athletes. The Bayou Classic resonates with particular emotion for me as I recall the years of my youth where I attended the Bayou Classic with family that developed into me performing with the Grambling State University world-famed Tiger Marching Band while matriculating at Grambling State University. It is indeed a celebratory moment to be a part of tradition of this extraordinary band that has begun its rich history of impressing and mesmerizing audiences for over 90 years. Being part of the world fame has always been more than music. It's about shaping young lives, instilling discipline, and teaching that hard work leads to success. I remind my students all the time to enjoy every moment because it definitely goes by in the blink of an eye. I can recall the excitement and definitely the anxiety of my very first Bayou Classic. Standing in the Superdome's tunnel, ready to march in for the first time, it marked the culmination of my inaugural marching season with the band, a moment I had long awaited. As the first female director of bands for the world fame, I'm inspired to reflect on the profound journey that has brought me to this moment. The Bayou Classic is not just a football game for me. It's a celebration of heritage, hard work, and the unbreakable bonds formed through music. Countless memories resonate for me being reared in a household and a community that annually attended the Bayou Classic. I attended my very first Bayou Classic in the 8th grade, and that was a pivotal moment for me that led to me envisioning one day becoming a member of the world-famed Tiger Marching Band. Now today, I'm just as thrilled and excited to experience the Bayou Classic as I was all those years ago as a youth. Let's be clear. The Bayou Classic is a nation treasure and a world-renowned sports event. It's a force to be reckoned with and continues to exemplify not only exceptional athletic talent, but top-tier entertainment in the Crescent City that draws crowds in the tens of thousands annually. As we approach this Bayou Classic, I reflect on all that this season represents. For me, it's somewhat of a bittersweet moment, knowing that I'm nearing the journey with senior band members. And I think Dr. Taylor probably can attest to this. When you think about all the early morning drills that you do with your seniors, the leadership labs, the camaraderie built over years and years of rehearsals with your seniors, you create bonds that are simply unmatched with those students. I can think about as I stood outside the band room during our last home game, watching my senior band members perform the Tiger Breakdown for the final time at home, as we say, in the hole. I felt a wave of nostalgia wash over me. I've watched these students grow, and they've grown so much, which led me to reminisce about the little girl who once looked up to this program. Now, here I stand, leading it. Knowing it was our last home game before Classic, I turned entered the band room, and I said to myself, Roebuck, girl, we heading to the Dome. The Bayou Classic is more than just a game. It's a testament to the resilience, passion, and dedication to every musician who has ever worn the Tiger uniform. It's a chance to showcase the legacy of the world-famed Tiger Marching Band, a legacy that I am honored to uphold and inspire in the next generation. As we prepare for this year's classic, I am filled with pride and excitement, ready to make music that resonates far beyond the field. There's so much excitement for Grambling State University and Southern University during this time of the year. Thousands come to witness the football teams, the bands, and the camaraderie among fellow alums from both institutions. Yet, the greatest privilege is the opportunity to have the fans celebrate with and for the bands. It is truly an honor and a privilege to witness the 51st Annual Bayou Classic and offer fans one of the highlights of this event, and that's the performance of the Grambling State University world-famed Tiger Marching Band. I say celebrate with us and enjoy this auspicious occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Roebuck, for your remarks. Next, we will have the band director from the Southern University Human Jukebox Marching Band, Dr. Kedrick D. Taylor.
Good morning. First, giving honor to God. Without him, I would not be here today. So I am very humbled to stand before you, to President Shields, Chancellor Pierre, and Congressman Troy Carter. Thank you for all that you do for us. It doesn't go unnoticed. I witnessed this Bayou Classic from 3 different levels. I can remember being a young boy coming to the Classic, sitting way up in the Raptors, and looking at the Bayou Classic, and I can be very, very honest with you. I was amazed at all of the things that was taking place. But one of the things that caught my attention was that human jukebox. Watching that band go was like watching a well-oiled machine. I said one day I could see myself being in the human jukebox. Not only did I get an opportunity to march in the human jukebox, but I got to meet the legendary Dr. Isaac Griggs, an icon, a legend that inspired many young individuals like myself. And seeing Dr. Griggs do what he did for many, many years, he changed my life. Not only did he change my life, he inspired me in ways that I can't even express. So the Bayou Classic is not just a game. Everyone has said it's not just a game. The Bayou Classic inspired me in many ways that I can never express. So, in the end, we are all winners when we are able to inspire the next generation to strive for excellence. And I would say excellence is the product of hard work and extra effort that creates the difference between an acceptable job and an outstanding job. The more we create opportunities for our students, the more we impact this generation. We wonder why we have so much crime on the streets and things like that. When I was growing up, the neighbors would be on the side and they would tell your parents if you did anything wrong. So it took a village. Coming from where I come from, a lot of young people didn't make it out. And my prayer was to always go out and tell young people the truth. So with the Human Jukebox, not only do the Human Jukebox perform at a high level, but we inspire young individuals. So this game is not just a game. The Bayou Classic is a life-changing experience. And this experience changed my life. So our goal is not only to perform, but our goal is to impact that next band director, that next football coach, that next president, the next congressman, the next mayor. That's our job as leaders. We are supposed to serve. And this band has taught me not only to serve, but to persevere through hard times. It taught me to be disciplined. It taught me to be on time. To be on time is to be before time. If you're on time, you're late. The legendary would always say it. So I will leave you with this. The best is still yet to come. The Jaguar Nation, we will root our team on to victory. Go Jags.
I certainly know the feeling of being mesmerized, like transfixed, when that halftime show is on and both of those bands are performing and you see all the accompanying groups. It definitely captures something in the imagination. It was something I look forward to going to year after year. I want to take a moment to acknowledge our Governor, Jeff Landry, has sent a special proclamation for us today. I'm only going to read part of it. But it says, whereas the 51st Annual Bayou Classic will be held between two of the most esteemed institutions of higher learning in the state, Southern University and Grambling State University, showcasing the best of collegiate athletics, excellence, and competition. And whereas the event contributes significantly to the cultural, social, and economic fabric of Louisiana, generating tourism, fostering economic growth, and promoting the state as a premier destination for major events. I, Jeff Landry, Governor of Louisiana, the state of Louisiana, do hereby proclaim November 30th as the official celebration of the 51st Bayou Classic. May this occasion continue to strengthen the bonds of pride, unity, and tradition that define Louisiana while promoting the excellence of our students and athletes today and in the future. From Governor Jeff Landry. All right, before we go any further, before we hear from our coaches, we have to recognize and thank the coordinators of the Bayou Classic from both universities. From Grambling, we have Brandon A. Logan, Executive Director of the Grambling University Foundation. And we have Al Harrell III, CEO of the Southern University System Foundation. Thank you for all the time, energy, and dedication you put toward Bayou Classic. We also would like to recognize the committees from both Southern and Grambling that helped make Bayou Classic a success. I ask that those of you who are part of the committees please stand to be recognized. We know this does not just happen, right? It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of moving parts. All right, now to the true reason we are here, our student athletes and those that lead them to be the best out on the field. Please welcome the head coach of Grambling University, Coach Mickey Joseph.
Good morning. All right, let's get this straight, Troy. You says no losers, right? Make sure you let Dr. O'Mara know that. And Dr. Gallo and Dr. Scott. Make sure they know that. But first of all, I want to thank Dr. O'Mara and Dr. Gallo, because I always say I have two presidents. One hired me and one's still there. Dr. Scott, we have our battles, but I appreciate you for everything that you do. Next thing I want to do, I want to thank the city of New Orleans. The city of New Orleans has been good to the Joseph family. We don't have a lot of success in this building. We don't have a lot of success on this side of the river. Yes, I'm from Marrero. Stand up.
West Bank.
West Bank, the best bank. So I want you guys to know that, but truly, this is a big-time game. I had the opportunity to play in all three of them, the Magic City, the Soul Bowl, and then the Turkey Bowl also. This is the Mecca. This is the real deal. I played in my first game in 2014 here. I really didn't understand the magnitude of the game. I played in front of big crowds when I was a player. But just looking in those kids' eyes that week, looking in those coaches' eyes that week, leading up to the game, I'm saying, you know what, this is going to be real. Let me tell you when it got real for me. It got real for me. I think we were playing Southern, but it was down by 2 touchdowns, and we kind of started coming back. And they played this Little John song, Turn Down for What? And boy, when I looked around this dome, everybody was rocking, and I was rocking with them. But I'm going to tell you, It's a big-time game, and to all the sponsors, we like to thank y'all, because without y'all, wouldn't be no Bayou Classic. Ms. Cantrell, thank you for everything you do for the city of New Orleans. You're a real one. I told you that. Okay. Let's talk about Southern University. First of all, Pete Richardson. Coach, when I was at LSU for 5 years, every time an evil thought went through my head and I was about to do something crazy, you showed up in my neighborhood jogging or walking, and I don't know where you came from. But God sent you to me to make sure that I didn't walk in that office and tell Ed Ogeron something I had no business doing. So I appreciate you for that, from giving me all that knowledge. Second of all, I want to congratulate my good friend Terrence Graves. He wanted to tell you now, we were roommates when we was at Grambling together, and we competed against each other. I tried to run a fake punt on him at practice, and I pulled my hamstring. God don't like ugly. But I want to reach out to Coach Graves, because we started this battle in 1999. That's when I met Coach Graves, and he's always been a brother to me. He's been somebody that I really respect in this business, because he is a real one. He will tell you when you're wrong. So you do have a really good football coach, and it shows you. And I want to say congratulations on your West title. Now, I root for Southern every game except 1 week, and this week. I spoke to him yesterday. I won't speak to him again until Saturday before the game. But let's talk about our team at Grambling. I get to walk the sidelines, Eddie Robb, Doug Williams, legendary coaches, players that played for the G. And it is the G. And I told you when I took this job, I was honored to be y'all head coach. No, we're not where we want to be, but we're still going to restore this order. Trust me what I'm saying. We got to continue to fight, and these young men has fought, lost some close games. They understand one thing, that we fight to the end, and we're going to continue to fight. This is going to be a battle. We know this is going to be a battle. We'll be back here Thursday night for our Thanksgiving dinner. Friday, we'll give it the banquet. And on Saturday, it's time to roll. It's time to go get your money. And that's how we're looking at it. We're happy. We're excited as a football team. When you come down to this game, we know it. They know it. Throw the records out the door, because it doesn't mean anything. It's Grambling State University versus Southern University. And I won't know what a SWAC would be without these two schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Joseph from the West Bank. All right, also, let us welcome Southern University head coach Terrence Graves.
Good morning. It's certainly a pleasure to be here today. I always start off by saying, to God be the glory for the things that he has done. I want to acknowledge Southern University Systems Board of Supervisors, President Shields, Chancellor Pierre, AD Coach Banks. I also want to thank you, Congressman Troy Carter, for helping us improve our facilities at Southern University. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to Southern University to lead our football program. I want to thank the Jaguar Nation for your support. In the essence of time, I'm just going to thank all of our government officials, state, local, and national. I want to thank the media, local, national, and international, because you all are vital to this Bayou Classic. You all make this Bayou Classic. You tell the story for millions of people to watch and come and see. Saturday will be another great contest. Southern and Grambling battle in the 51st annual Bayou Classic. As my esteemed colleague and My brother from another mother, Coach Mickey Joseph, my roommate, says, throw the records out the window. This is a game, this is a state championship as I label it. It's a rivalry of relatives, neighbors, co-workers, classmates, church members, and even friends. Both teams will play until the end, I'll tell you that. Both teams will fight until the end. One thing I know about Coach Joseph is that he's a fighter. He's a fighter. And I already know that he called me yesterday on his way down here, and like he said, you know, he's not going to talk to me today, and that's fine. Because he beat me to the punch because he know I'm not going to talk to him. But in all seriousness, this is going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game between two great institutions. And then look, it's on NBC. It's must-see TV. Right? You got two of Louisiana's best institutions of higher education playing the greatest sport in Louisiana's greatest city, New Orleans. Be there at 1 o'clock. If you can't be there, tune in. You know, there are a lot of great classics, but nothing compares to the Bayou Classic. And before I sit down, I would not be standing here if I didn't acknowledge the man who coached me, who developed me, who took the baton from my biological father and ran with it and helped me be the man that I am here today. And that's my coach, the legendary living legend, Coach Pete Richardson. And I tell the world, I love that man. And I'm not ashamed to tell people because he took me from Park Place in Norfolk, Virginia to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, all the way down here to the Bayou State of Louisiana. Coach, 30 years ago at Winston-Salem State, you told me you going to make me something or you was going to die trying, and I thank you for it. With that being said, see you on Saturday. Go Jags.
Thank you, Coach Graves. Congrats to both teams in advance. Y'all heard Coach Graves say it's at 1 o'clock? It's at 1 o'clock. Please don't anyone forget, kickoff at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Be on time, be in your seats. We also have to recognize, joining us today, the head of our athletic teams at both universities. We have Dr. Travian Scott, Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics from Grambling State University. Dr. Scott? And we have Mr. Roman Banks, Director of Athletics from Southern University. Thank you both for being here today. Throughout the years, in addition to the football game, the Bayou Classic has become known for many educational, fun-filled, family-oriented events and activities taking place before the game, okay? So this year, we certainly have an action-packed lineup. The Bayou Classic Parade is happening on Thanksgiving Day. Join us Thursday afternoon as we parade the Bayou Classic spirit through downtown New Orleans. That starts at 3 o'clock. So you have time to get your turkey and your gumbo, your stuffed peppers, all the things you need to get you a good spot on the route. The parade starts at 3 o'clock. Friday is our Business at Bayou Classic events at the Hyatt Regency New Orleans. It's a black business showcase of nonprofit, corporate, and local businesses. We have the legendary Greek show and Battle of the Bands on Friday night. That will open this year with the third annual Invitational High School Battle of the Bands. Tickets still available for this not-to-be-missed show, but y'all know it's going to be sold out. Bayou Classic Morning starts at Champion Square with a fan fest. Gates open at 9 o'clock. So be there and hear the sounds of Rick Ross and Subtweet Sean, among others. And again, the 51st Annual Bayou Classic game, Saturday, 1 p.m. kickoff. Okay, but you can get to the Dome early for all of the pregame events and festivities for the 51st event. For a full list of events and activities, you can visit the Bayou Classic website, grab your phone, download the brand new Bayou Classic mobile app. It's available in your app store. We have to acknowledge NOCCI. We have to give a special thank you to Dottie Boletto. I know you've heard. No, where Dottie? Oh, she was just sitting right there. Oh, back and back. Okay, still working. Working back and forth. My girl is always working. I know everyone, lots of people have thanked you already, but Dottie Boletto and the rest of the NOCCI team for the remarkable job they do in coordinating and planning the Bayou Classic as the event management company. Round of applause for Dottie and her team. All right, listen, y'all, we certainly appreciate you being here with us today. Both of our coaches will be available for media interviews after we close today's event. There is an area off to my right for those interviews if you would like to grab them. We do have one